How's everybody? It's the story about the room downstairs. We live in a split level. So when you come into the house, you either go up or you go down. And the downstairs, it's this perfect little area for guests. You can close it. You can close the door off. This one door that leads to the whole area. And down here is a bathroom, and then a living area, which I have turned into my studio. And then there's a bedroom. And so when we have guests, this is where they stay. And it's perfect because it's super private. And so, the thing about this house is it doesn't matter where you are. If you're upstairs, you hear stuff going on down here. You hear knocking, or you'll hear a door slam, or lights will turn on. And you can see it in the stairwell. All kinds of stuff, and it happens. If you're upstairs, you hear it down here. If you're down here, you hear it upstairs. As a matter of fact, I just heard something upstairs a few minutes ago. And there's nobody home, just me. It's common. It's just how it is. So this room, we've had lots of people who have come to stay and visit, and lots of people. So my son had come, I don't know, maybe 3 times previous. And then first time he brought his girlfriend, Chelsea. And, the first night they were here, Zion had fallen asleep, and Chelsea was laying there, and she's still awake, and she feels something grab a hold of both of her big toes and yank them. And she's like, what is that? And she's just like frozen, afraid to move. And on top of that, she feels a presence next to her. But she's afraid to move, and she doesn't want to wake up Zion, so she just lays there. And so, poor thing. So the next morning, I say to her, how'd you get to sleep, and did you have any visitors? And she tells me about getting her toes yanked. And I said, oh, wow, Chelsea. I'm sorry, that was my papa. And you can tell who it is by what they do. So that was his personality. He did things like that. So it was him. But she said, no, it's okay. She says, as long as he didn't pull my baby toes. She has this thing about she doesn't want anybody touching her baby toes. Just don't touch my baby toes. So I guess he knew that, and he pulled the big ones instead. So, but she came. She's been back. She's been back. I don't know, 2 or 3 more times since then. Not a problem. I guess that was just the introduction. So, and then my friend Kathy had come, and Kat's been here. She'd been here several times. But when she first came the first time, she didn't have anything happen in the room. But outside the bedroom window, she saw a big black thing that was walking by. And I don't know what that was. There was something that we had like that in another house, but I've never seen that over here. So I don't know what that was, but, it was fine. She was fine. And she came back, like I said, she came back a couple more times since. And then we had two friends of ours, a couple. And I think it was the first time that they had come. And so it was Pat and his girlfriend at the time. And they came, and they, of course, stayed down here. And so the next morning, I asked them, did you have any visitors last night? And she said, yeah, she said something sat on her chest, um, and she couldn't move. And now that I know for sure nobody's had around here. Or actually, I don't think that's happened anywhere that anybody in my presence has experienced. So that was something, but I don't want anything. I don't want people to be scared, So I said, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what that is. And she said, well, it happened before. And I guess when it happened before, she went to go see somebody, I guess to try and figure out what that was. And whoever the person was told her it was one of two things. It was either she wasn't speaking her truth or she was lying, which is, I don't know, they're kind of parallel, right? But anyway, so when she said that, Kevin and I, we just sort of looked at each other because as long as we'd known her, she lied. She lied about all kinds of things. So when she said that, it fit. So then my cousin Gigi came, and she brought her 4-year-old granddaughter Stilani. And they, of course, shared the bed, right, down here. And the whole night, Stilani, she was in a fetal position. And she was on her side, and she just sort of scooted around in a circle all night long. And so much so that it kept Gigi up all night. And the next morning, Stilani was fine. She didn't have any nightmares. She didn't have any stories to tell about anything. She was good. She wasn't harmed. That's all she did. She just scooted all night long. Apparently, she'd never done that before. So she was okay, And then early last year, the person who got sat on, she was going to come, and she and the boyfriend were no longer together, and so she was going to come by herself, and she asked, and I said, yeah, of course, and but she said, I don't want to stay downstairs in that room, and I said, but you stayed in that room, they had come 3 times. And she said, no, but I don't want to be down there by myself. And so I said, oh, well, okay. Well, there's a smaller bedroom upstairs. And so I said, okay, you know what? We can haul the mattress upstairs, but there's way less privacy up there, and there's no private bathroom or anything like that. And, but we can do that if you don't want to stay downstairs. And she said, no, that's cool. I'll just sleep on one of the couches. So it's okay, well, whatever you want to do. And as it turned out, she didn't come. We had a falling out because of a lie. Anyway, she didn't show up. So earlier this year, my cousin Gigi came, and she didn't bring her granddaughter this time. And so she comes, and it's kind of early evening or something, and she had come downstairs, and I don't know what she was doing. She was going to take a shower or put something away. I don't know what she was doing. And so Kevin says to me, he says, did you talk to him? And I said, did I talk to him? Not occurring. He goes, did you talk to him? And I said, oh, the spirit's downstairs? And he says, yeah. And I said, oh, did I tell them what? Did I tell them to leave her alone? And he goes, yeah. I said, no. going to tell them to leave her alone. She's related, or she's related to the likely culprit anyway, so I'm not going to tell them to leave her alone. She's fine, and she was. She said it was. She to this day she says it's the best sleep she's ever had that she can remember. So she was all good, So I don't know. I guess the visit matches whatever's going on, specific to the person that's staying here. I don't know. But that's the room downstairs. So if anybody wants to come to the Big Island, I got a room for you. You may have company, but you're welcome to come. So, come on. Thanks for watching. Aloha.